we speak of conditions, we refer to what we might call our context, or our surroundings. Context becomes important because we, like all living things, are open systems, meaning that we receive things from our context and transfer them. In scientific terms, the things we receive from our context, food, water, air, etc., are fluxes. We can't live without them. These fluxes from our context are so important, in fact, that our nature depends on their nature. As their quality changes, so does the quality of our life. Fluxes flow in, life flows out. When we create a poor outer context for ourselves, we at least make the body work harder, and at most, we break it down. Conversely, as we heal our context, we very likely heal ourselves. What this means is that there are as many ways to apply the natural healing principle as there are aspects to our context. Food obviously enters here, as do water and air. As the quality of these life-sustaining elements increase, so does the quality of what they become, which is everything that we are. As pollutants degrade the quality of our context, they degrade our quality as well. We have two philosophies of health. In a system that draws life from its context, order is the child of two parents. One, the system itself, and two, the context that sustains it. When we get sick, medicine blames the system and seeks to repair or replace it. Natural healing blames the context and seeks to make it more healthful. Dean Black, PhD, Health at the Crossroads.
Yes, that was Dean Black, PhD, Health at the Crossroads. My name is John Rose. Two philosophies, as he said toward the very end of that. One is the system, and the other is the context. Now, I've said many times that we have two groups of needs, and they're based on anatomical limitations with our system. We're limited at birth. We have anatomical limitations at birth with the system itself, meaning we're designed to only acquire certain things from the context. Some animals have gills, some have lungs, and they're going to be limited to where they can get their air. We're no different, and same thing applies to our food. And again, as Dean Black points out, the system tries to fix it or repair it. Well, really what they're trying to do, in most cases, is interfere with the process, the communication process. That's what most drugs do. The inhibitors and the blockers, even the killers, the anti-whatevers, give the body a new job and it stops doing what it was doing, trying to heal, which is usually an inflammation. And again, they don't understand disease is the bodily process, so they try to interfere with it. They might try to fix it if they cut something out. But when we look at what they're doing, it's tantamount to taking our car to a crooked auto mechanic because our engine light comes on, and all these mechanics do is either clip the sending unit, which is what most drugs do. Blockers and inhibitors don't let the two communicate, or they just take out the darn sending unit, and that's where removing parts comes into play. But we know that's not the solution. The solution lies within our context. And as I keep saying over and over and over, the fall of mankind is not something with our system. It has to do with our context. We're not interacting with our context the right way. And as Dean Black points out, as the quality of our context increases, so does the quality of our lives. Conversely, what's going to happen if the quality of our context lowers? We lower all of ourselves down into the dark ages. This is what happens. It's that simple. It's really a no-brainer when you think about it, once you understand how important the context is. We're living systems. Now, he said we're open systems. Open systems, closed systems. Well, in reality, there really are no closed systems, but it's easy to think of them that way because a rock doesn't need to eat or sleep, and therefore it's not going to get cancer. It can't make a mistake. Rocks aren't going to have a fall, and also now they're evil rocks. Or they're not going to get cancer or any other type of symptom. Tell them they're not interacting with their environment the right way. We do have that type of feedback system. That's what all these warning signs are for. The illnesses and the ill behaviors is to tell us something's wrong with the context. The quality of our context is not as good as it should be. Something's wrong with the air, the water, the food. What about the sunshine? Are you exercising? Are you sleeping? Are your thoughts, emotions in the community positive? Are you satisfying all your other needs? That's the key. And that's the context. So I liked the way Dean Black said all of that. That's why I taped it before I came out here and wanted to play it before I started this. I also like the way he talks about how you classify herbs, and I'll probably do a special video on him alone about how he talks about herbs and how there are medicinal herbs and food herbs, and they're different. The medicinal herbs are a lot like drugs, and since they control the body, we have to make sure we don't abuse those and only use them on a short-term basis. Otherwise, the main thing we have to realize is how important our context is. What is the quality of our environment? Do we need to move? What should we do to make the most out of our life? Well, that's a frightening thought, I'm sure, for some people who were raised in one part of the world, and you realize, boy, we're not getting enough sunshine up here. We really can't grow the food we're meant to eat. It's a horrifying thought to leave that behind. And hopefully we can come to a day that won't be too far off in the future, where most of us can be living where we're supposed to and have little places to go escape to in places we came from. And I vision a world that could be like that easily someday. We've got the technology to make this planet amazing right now. All we have to do is change our mentality. And if you've watched any one of my videos, you know that's the whole part of my message. You can't think your way into this. That's why a lot of people think it's impossible. And they're right from that perspective. That's why testing an idea's time has come is so powerful. That's why adopting a raw vegan diet is so powerful. That's why bumping up our biophotons, getting rid of that serpent is so powerful. It makes us a different person. It changes our mentality. And that's a hard thing to share to somebody if they haven't experienced it. So what do I say for you? I say for you, if you haven't experienced it yet, you should, because you'll be in for a treat. See you next time.